Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 109 of Factorio with the C-Block mod, where we are working on plastic and a petrochemical processing area in general. And between episodes, I've just been filling out some space here, landfilling some stuff and killing some worms, because that was a pretty tedious part of this job, I guess. So yeah, that's just what I've been doing. I've been using the car for that, because that's apparently a little bit faster than just running around myself. So yeah, we need to make plastic, and we need metal catalysts for that. Green metal catalysts. And for now, I guess we're just ignoring that, because we are gonna bring that from over here somewhere at some point, I think. But we want this whole area to be a petrochemical processing area. And I think the idea is to, at one of the sides, just have a fluid bus going north to south. And probably have other resources, or space for other resources coming in. And then have the general processing area. It's just very hard for me to get an idea about how much we actually need of space and different pipes and belts. And because it is so hard, I think we are gonna just mark this area as the processing area, and then how much ever space we need for pipes and belts we will have over here. So we can just infinitely expand that until we decide to use the space for something else at least. So yeah, we will just put down a first pipe over here somewhere and decide that is where everything starts. I guess we're just doing that right here. That doesn't leave a lot of space, but we can just expand more if we need to. We'll end up with a belt of plastic that will also come up and onto the bus, I guess. Actually, let's just have a look. What do we need plastic for? Batteries and transistors. Transistors is the main reason for it at the moment, at least. So for modules, low density structure, batteries. And that's mainly it. Okay. But we need it for a lot of stuff. So yeah, let's just aim for a full belt. I'm not sure if that is necessarily viable. Is there a better way to make hydrogen than this? Because this is a lot of machines for a setup like this. Get a lot more from this recipe, I think. For a lot less machines. 4 seconds to 2 seconds with the same output, so yeah, half the machines, but then we have electrolyzer, electrodes, and they need to be cleaned and stuff, so I don't really want to do that. So let's just have a look at this. We need... This can just be input once, and then it's done. The dirty one, or used ones, we get mineralized water out of. So maybe this is not the biggest problem in the world. If we remove this one, this takes over. This needs to be repurposed. And it doesn't want to use that recipe, I think, because that gives us more outputs. But if we do matrix solving, it will. Why does it not give us mineralized water out though? Oh, is that just because it's linked or something? Or do we need it as an input somewhere else? I'm not sure about that. But we can just clarify this if we want to. And yeah, this should be a lot less space than the other one, even though the other one is a lot simpler. And this requires steel, but that's fine. I think we will try this and just see how it goes. Of course, we still need to make a lot of purified water. And I guess we just put purified water in a pipe. Though this requires basically a full build by itself, a full pipe by itself. And another half one for this. So yeah, this requires more purified water than the other setup, I think. And let's just make a new production block, I guess. But for this stuff. This one. Let's put that somewhere else. Wait, why is that so highly scaled? I'm not sure, but let's put it down here and unlink everything. Say that we want how much? 750? So yeah, this is a lot less purified water actually. As in 33% less. So 1/3 of these machines is about 4 or 5. We don't need if we go with this recipe. I'm not entirely sure this is a good idea then. So 9 and 34 electrolyzers, or 13 and 17 electrolyzers, and then also 8 chemical plants and a clarifier. And we need to put in steel and have it on a belt, or these electrodes on a belt. Maybe we don't try this. I'm not even sure if this would take any less space. I mean, 4 of these isn't really that large. It's not 17 electrolyzers. And it probably isn't even with 8 of these, but still. The complexity of this seems a little bit like too much. So let's go back to this one. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is, of course, that if we want this in this area, we need space for 34 electrolyzers. Which is a lot. And just give me 34, please. Oh yeah, we can't even fit that in here. We could make this beforehand though and just put it in a pipe. That be any better? But also try and integrate it as part of the fluid bus. But that's probably stupid because it can't really produce a lot. This is what is needed for just one small row of plastic processing. We could also just make more space here, of course. So we would have the space for all of this. Maybe that's actually the best solution. And then if we at some point need more than 750, we just duplicate it or something. We could of course also split this up in 2 rows. That would result in a lot of wasted space, I feel like. And a large setup just for plastic by itself. So let's move these pipes. That's the easy solution for now, at least. I just want enough space for the pipes over here. Oops. So now we have the space for this. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do it. We need the purified water production first, though. 9 of these. Okay, let's get started on that. Unless we do it in the same row. I have so many ideas here. Well, we don't have the space for this, so that would probably be stupid. If we do this in its own row, we can also export more than one pipe of purified water from it and then put one on the food bus. Because we should be able to fit 18 of these in here, I think. So let's start with that. But where do we want to start all of this? We're trying to reserve some space here for more belts, so let's just go with the same general area. So let's just say here. Sure. No, rotate that. This needs a bunch of water. 150 per second by 1.5 crafting speed. That's 225, I believe. How many groundwater bores is that? 4, I think. That should be good. And we need the outputs. How much saline water is this? 250 per second, so 2 clarifiers. If we scale this up to double, though, it's just 3 quick clarifiers in all. So 1 at each end and then 1 in the middle, maybe. Just for the good old symmetry or something. Sure. For now, though, we're just making this simple setup with 9 hydro plants, I think. And then we can expand later if we want to. Let's just bring power in already. Is this where we want power? Sure. I think that was 9. Yep. Good. We don't have enough groundwater bores, so that's okay. We needed another one of these at the other end. And that requires power, of course. Let's just put that power pole where we would want it. Or an extended setup. Well, that doesn't reach. Let's just put it there then. So this gives us purified water for 1 setup of this stuff. And let's just reserve some space here for more of these pipes so we can export more. These up here. It would be very tight if we could, but yeah, let's just reserve 2 tiles here for that. I guess this would end up... Wait, why did I place this so far in here when I wanted to start here? Well, it will line up with this, but we could just push it. But let's just do this actually. Let's keep it like we have done it. I'm not sure if we want to leave space for beacons. I don't think that's necessary. Let's just turn off robots for a little bit. Because it's hard to align this stuff. Well, we need to move one tile. And these are not the recipes we want. And I need radar coverage of all of this for it to be a little bit easier to work with. That should help a little bit. Actually, let's just put one of these down to begin with and set it up correctly from the start. So we do purified water electrolysis. And we just need the purified water in. This will just be a dedicated purified water pipe. And when we need more of it at some point, somewhere down the line, we will probably take the purified water directly in here. So we still have a full pipe of this. But for now, let's start here. Now this is a little annoying. Let's move this pipe in one tile. And then we have hydrogen and oxygen. And we will just dedicate other pipes for that. Do we need more than one tile between the pipes? Probably not. We could even try to do them right next to each other and then do underground pipes. And that would save a lot of space. And there are a lot of different fluids and angels, petrochemical stuff, so maybe that's a good idea. Probably gonna hate this at some point, but we will see, I guess. And already I hate it a little bit, because then where does this go? Yes, this will go here, this will go here. Let's hope this will work. I'm not entirely sure, but we can make ugly things to make it work anyway. Okay. This does not output any solids, so we just need power. Should just be able to scale this. I'm not really counting here, so we will have to check. Let's just do that right now. From here. 24 to there, so plus 5 is 29. And we needed 34. That should be it. And I'm out of underground pipe. Great. Can we just make some? No, we don't have a lot of brick. But I just want to make sure that this is a correct count. It is. Good. And yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's a correct count, because we're putting it on the fluid bus anyway. And can just top it off later if we want to, but oh well. Done with these two steps, basically. Let's just make sure that we have the machines for everything else. We have the liquefiers, we have the furnaces. We have chemical plants, yes. We do not have all of these, because we just started production of them. Maybe we can get those now. We need 20 or 14 more, so do we have 28? Yes, we do. And assembling machines, good. Did I make this production up here? Yep. And we have some available, okay. Let's go grab those and then some underground pipe, and then we should be good to continue. 15. Now we have 16, whatever. And then just some pipe. And the pipe needs fuel. Again, I really should put this production on the bus and have it probably automated instead of me doing this all the time. But I'm too lazy. Which sounds stupid when I could save work, but yeah. Please take a bunch of this. You have enough normal pipe, I think, but let's just bring more actually. Good. How about a little bit of this stuff? Then let's just waste it before we ever get out there. Anything else we need while we are back here? I don't think so. That's all the brick gone. Oh well. Place all of these underground pipes, so let's do that first. I forgot about the groundwater boss, dang it. Also, I think there's some things I haven't taken into account yet, like steam. Need boilers and more groundwater bores. But that seems to be it. At least for now. Okay. We should also bring power at some point. Well, we can connect it at the other end if we wanted to. Let's do what we actually can here to begin with. Do we want to bring wood bricks in here, or do we just bring the charcoal? Probably wood bricks, because if we need charcoal for carbon at some point or something like that, then we are already using a full belt here, so that's not a good idea. Okay, let's do that. Bring the fuel, or the bricks. Also, let's just grab those groundwater bores and get the power to just see things work. And grab boilers. We don't have enough. And anything else? Probably, but whatever. So, groundwater bores first of all. But where did we make boilers? Over here. Okay. And then we need our wood brick belt. This one. And then we need more space to actually bring this. But I don't have any more landfill. I think I put some in the car. That's good. Okay, we will wait a little bit with that. Let's try and build as much as possible first. And let's put extras in a chest here, because we do have a lot of stuff. Let's That's all the chest can take. So let's make another one. Yeah, let's start there. So we have all of this stuff now. Good. This needs to move up a little bit. Otherwise I will get distracted by it. There, good. Does that update the pin? No. So we will have the wood bricks here at some point. We need to turn that into... Oh, I have not finished this for some reason. Of course, we also need to burn any excess of these gases, but we will take that in a bit, I think. First, we do this stuff. We can basically just put one furnace for each liquefier. And each liquefier just outputs to a pipe, and that goes into these. Do we want to make that very simple, or do we want this on the fluid bus? This is what we're doing. We need it for urea at some point. I think we're putting it on the bus then. I was considering if we should do direct insertion, so one of those into one of these into one of these. Downside. No. You can make carbon dioxide in these. How fast is that? 175, 225. That one makes the carbon dioxide. This one makes methanol. So we could do something like this. We could also just put the carbon dioxide on the fluid bus. And I think we're going to do that. We could still have this on the other side, except that this needs the hydrogen as well, so we would need to do at least this. Then we can't really get this out unless we underground it all the time. But we would probably do that anyway. Input, that output. So we would have our fuel build up here. And power everything with one inserter, unfortunately. Unless we put this inserter down here. But maybe that's a little bit too much work. How does this tile? We have the space for that, so let's actually do it. That should be everything. And how much carbon or charcoal does this need? 1 every 2 seconds. What would that move? Oh, crafting speed of 2.25. So a little bit more than 1 per second. One inserter is plenty capable of that. And this should be fine. So I think this is the setup. We can just move this in if we want to here. And we need 14 liquefiers for that. Something like this. And we can just output into the pipe. And all of this, of course, is needed in the propane production. But we still want it on the bus, because then we can also expand on it later. This needs hydrogen from here. this outputs. I guess we will just move this out one tile more than it needs to, and then put this on the tile in between. So on this line, there's oxygen. We still have the hydrogen here. So we still have 5 pipes with something on them. At least when this gets powered. And gets some fuel, of course. Now where do we want the fuel? Could just try and run it close here. Maybe in general have all of our belt close. I think that's an okay idea. Let's start with that at least. That's where that will go. Not sure why we left so much space up here, but whatever. Let's grab some landfill from the car and then get this done. Seems we need to kill a few more worms as well. That would make our lives simple. I don't want too many here because this is gonna shoot them anyway. What's wrong? Can we get the belt down without it being destroyed by the worms? Actually, let's not even attempt that. Let's just get rid of these. Because we need to bring more belts by soon anyway. Well, soonish. In the next 100 episodes or so. Let's not tempt fate too much here, and let's just leave it at that. And then go kill them. Guess we need to take out all of these at the same time, basically. Did I also put my ammo in here? Yes. And some turrets. That's just because I had more than one full stack, I think. Come on now, let's put it down. Oh dear. No. Let's kill them. This is too wasteful to lose the turrets with all the ammo in it. Oh. Good enough, I guess. Let's just grab these. This going down. I don't know how many belts we have under this, but that should be fine to start with, I think. Yes. Actually, let's just go a little bit further with the underground then. Just to make it a little bit easier to expand later. And that brings our fuel. Good. I think that is everything to get the methanol going. Except for this, but that's... Oh wait, we need to input green circuits, or green catalysts. So that would mean we need a belt coming in here, I guess. Or do it here if we just do some underground belt, or pipes, I mean. Something like this. So then it gets there. Let's just remove all of this. And this will, of course, also output spent or empty catalyst carriers. So how do we handle that part? We could turn these around and have the input in here instead. That's an idea. That would mean we need power poles between all of these. But I think that's the best solution I can come up with right this moment, at least. So these turn around and become long. And even, well, I don't think we need to really optimize this. 2-second crafting time with less than 2 crafting speed. This should be fine. We just grab this, will that? Manually turn all of these, or just get rid of them. I think that's faster for me to do. And then we can do this. Good. Of course, these should have been adjusted as well. Can I just drag this? Yes, that should be possible. Do we want to balance this catalyst carrier belt? I guess that is necessary at some point. The idea is that I want to bring the metal catalysts of all colors in, maybe on a shared belt, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. And then just run one belt back with the carriers. Or maybe up to 4 belts back, I guess. So yeah, at least that's the idea. And I think we will begin with just one shared belt. Hopefully we can figure out how to balance that with all, or enough of all colors. Or maybe we just do half belts. That's probably a lot easier. So let's need to do it the other way. Oh yeah, whoops, that's not where that goes. We need to figure that out when we build the catalyst production, I guess. But we need something like this. And that's all well and good. If we just do 2 belts with 4 different metal catalysts, I think there's only 4 different types. Green, blue, yellow, and red. Yeah, those 4 types, that fits on 2 belts. And then 1 or 2 belts with carriers going back. I think that also means that I want 2 input belts here with the 4 types of carriers. And just have those next to each other just for my sanity. And then have the output on a belt next to those 2. Sounds like an idea at least. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.